Greetings, citizens! Oh boy. You know how sometimes you're sitting around and life drops Christmas in July on you? That's me today. So I wake up this morning, jump on Warframe to sell some ribbons and mess around a little bit, and Discord starts pinging me. I tab over and what do I find? Montoya, the king of lies, has made a video about me. Thank you, Goldmine.
This capital class f***tard. First of all, check out these guns. I am, at least I've always considered myself to be a dreadnought class.
So, like a capital class? Fucktard? For those of you who don't know who Montoya is, he is the leader of Test Squadron in Star Citizen. He's also the host of a YouTube channel where he makes drama videos based around Star Citizen to whip up test viewers into brain-dead frenzy, either using absolute lies or just general misinformation. The guy deserves some credit, though, because he has either intentionally or not figured out how to milk sheep who literally take anything he says as gospel. Whether it's trying to get attention by making drama videos aimed at actual YouTubers and hoping Senpai notices him, exploiting a tragedy to make it relevant to him so he can pander to his little fan club for views, or just making bullshit up because frankly it's the only thing he knows how to do. Montoya deserves credit because the fact that he has a channel with anyone following him when he is so easily caught lying, it's just, honestly, it's amazing. And I kind of wish I knew what his superpower was that he could do it.
First of all, FailureToReport, I know you're watching this. Let's take a deep breath with me and relax. I know your heart is pumping, the adrenaline is pumping in there, you're nervous. I'm going to be a perfect gentleman. I'm not going to attack you, but there are some issues that you have raised which I think need to be raised.
So you start out a video by putting my face on the thumbnail, insinuating I have some kind of syndrome, and then saying I'm nervous over you making a video about me. But then you want to pretend you're going to be a gentleman. I wanted to say that was adorable until I saw the comments in your video. You've got yourself quite a little cult there that legitimately eats up anything you say, huh? I mean, I know you made a monologue about me and now all of your viewers are in my channel giving me views and reciting all the made-up storytime shit you say in this video, but I'll get to that piece here in a little bit. I just want to clarify, I'm not going to be a gentleman. I'm not a two-faced liar like you, so I'm going to be honest. I think you're a con man piece of shit, and I'm going to call you out on it the entire way down this, so you might want to get your Xanax ready because I know how easily you get triggered. So before I get into all this bullshit and setting you straight, I want to digest some of these golden comments. First, he tries to scam people on the gray market. That's a new one. I've been told I was kicked out of tests after I quit because I couldn't stand you anymore. Are you telling people I was scamming on the gray market now too? Because I have a flawless record on the gray market. And I love how all your viewers are saying, now we know why FTR is annoyed from Star Citizen. Like you gave any evidence anywhere in your video to back up any of the things you said, but they legit took every word as truth. Oh man. And the last comment here is my favorite. Not often do you see someone so severely pwned on YouTube though. In a polite way, sure, but still pwned. Maybe he shouldn't have gone after someone who knows his personal history so well. Let's talk about that for a second before we go any further. During my time in Test Squad Best Squad, I interacted with maybe 3 people on a very rare basis inside of the Test Discord, and none of which were Montoya.
I know he was in my organization, he was in test. But when the Eclipse went on sale, he went in the store and he found the CCU which was not supposed to be there. And this is when I started speaking to him.
Bold claim there, Cotton. Let's see how this one plays out. The instance Montoya is mentioning here is the first and only time we talked when I was in test. He asked me if I had really bought the Idris MCCU, said, oh, I hope you can keep it or some shit, and then used my conversation with somebody else as the basis for his clickbait drama video about my Idris M purchase, which was so poorly done that I had to go into his comments to correct things and eventually made my own video because he just couldn't even do that right. That is the extent of Failure and Montoya. Oh geez, he knows my personal life so well. We were like best friends. I should never have crossed him because of all the juicy dirt he has on me. The next time I talked to this fuckwit, I was not in test anymore and he was spreading dumb shit on Reddit that was purely not true. I took offense to him saying I was part of the refund movement because I have never at any point told people to go refund. I'm pretty sure despite my views of Star Citizen, I still have not told anybody, go refund. If you want to, I'll point you in the right direction, in a comment or whatever, but I take offense to people accusing me of shit I don't do. So after getting into a short back and forth with him calling him a liar and whatever, he decided to PM me and act like we were buddies because, you know, Montoya's actually deep down just all about pushing his brand, so it was all good. So let's take a minute to talk about that Idris MCCU. I bought it during a holiday sale or some shit, I don't remember, it was a long time ago. Immediately after buying mine, I posted the link to the Star Citizen subreddit so other people could go grab stuff. When it turned out there was a store page error on CIG's part, they locked everyone's account who had bought something that wasn't supposed to be listed. During this time, some really jealous, angry, you can't have if I can't Star Citizen backer took my post to the RSI forums, where they started accusing me of hacking the web store, skew walking the store, and generally doing other shady or actually illegal things in order to obtain this CCU. At this time, I was obviously still a backer for Star Citizen.
He was such a fanboy. He was so not only financially overextended, but emotionally overextended in this game. It was scary. FailureToReport was the fanboy of all fanboys.
No, not at all. When this purchase went down, I already had months of videos criticizing CIG, Chris Roberts, Star Citizen, but hey, when you're a lying conman piece of shit, I understand that you need to make shit up to sell to your brain-dead followers who believe all the bullshit you come up with. Furthermore, I'm not sure where you're drawing that I was financially overextended with Star Citizen. I was doing giveaways for the game of $200 to $400 a month in lifetime insurance ships, in addition to buying my own stuff. But hey, like I said, I get that you need to lie to your cult. I'm just shocked at how stupid people are that they eat it up on just your story alone. It's honestly pretty impressive.
Now, the reason he flipped so quickly from being an ultimate fanboy is that they denied him a CCU to an Idris M.
Okay, let's go back to that Idris MCCU. Since it's the whole meat of your shitty little monologue of bullshit, it's only proper that I straighten you out on the subject again. Now first, let's take a look back to one of the dozens of RSI posts about me from this time in history. And let's take special attention to the green underline for a moment. I knew as soon as CIG froze my account that the CCU was listed on accident, and as soon as that happened, I knew I wasn't going to get to keep it. That was never something I was butthurt about, despite the fact that, no moron, I was not even selling shit on the gray market back then, so I'm not sure why you're telling all your viewers that, oh, he was really upset that he wasn't going to get to keep this thing and sell it for $6,000. The Idris M was the only ship I didn't have back then that I wanted. I didn't want a Javelin or any of the other shit. The Idris M was the only ship that I didn't have and I personally wanted. It was the reason I fucking bought the CCU, you moron. My issue from this time frame wasn't about not getting to keep that because I already basically knew I wasn't going to. My issue was with CIG and how they handled the shit that happened on the forums during this time frame. You see, YouTube, during this time that my account was frozen and I had $725 in limbo, there were multiple people running across the forums telling the world that I had obtained the item illegally and demanding others brigade the CIG customer support with petitions for me to be permanently banned from the game and not issued a refund. And if Montoya's video comments do nothing else, they prove that really stupid people will eat shit up without needing any proof at all. So I was obviously very disturbed by what was happening on the forums. My first response was to try to clear things up with those who were posting this incorrect information. That turned into them arguing with me and stating I couldn't possibly have obtained the item through fault of CIG. I was exploiting to get what I did. Things got heated and I called someone daft, which took every bit of restraint for me to use that word instead of fucking moron. I was suspended after they reported me for saying daft. Did they get suspended? Nope. Were any of the people witch hunting me on the RSI forum suspended? Nope. Now, something to keep in mind because Montoya is either leaving it out or more likely he isn't informed on the topic because he's just pretending to have any form of a relationship with me and inside knowledge of what happened. This CCU was not refunded right away. The witch hunting and calls for me to be banned went on for 2 fucking weeks until CIG finally reversed the purchase. In this time, I had contacted the head customer service rep as well as the lead CIG employee moderator because the volunteer Lesnick buddies weren't enforcing the rules. They were only suspending me. They told me to use the report function on anyone witch hunting. Didn't work. I was banned from the RSI forums a second time, which is when I put in a ticket to concierge support because I was fucking done with them doing nothing. Luckily, I'm the kind of person who screen grabs things if you can't tell yet, so I encourage you to actually read through this ticket at some point and note the pages of screenshots I sent in into support, which were obviously compelling enough for them to immediately lift the ban on my account without further conversation at all. I wonder why that is.
When CIG discovered the mistake, they immediately froze his account pending an investigation. They investigated the matter, they realized, oh, this really wasn't supposed to be there, this was an accident, refunded him, and this refund of him getting back the money for the CCU...
So just to clarify, they didn't immediately freeze my account, investigate really quick, and then refund me my money back. No, it was a 2-week investigation where I got witch hunted by idiots like Montoya the entire fucking time, and then I got my store credit back for the purchase, and none of the ships that I had melted to use as part of the purchase restored. I had to put in a ticket with concierge and go through all that, so they couldn't even have done me that solid of just straight rolling my account back. So that was pretty cool too. And then despite all of this bullshit, I still ended up supporting the game and being an avid backer of it until December of 2017 when 3.0 dropped, and it was an utter letdown after fucking how long of Chris Roberts hyping us and telling us, oh yeah, it's been done, we're just polishing shit to my level of approval. So yeah, no, it wasn't this Idris MCCU debacle that Montoya is saying. That had nothing to do with why I flipped so quickly. You fucking retard. So, now that we've gone over the fact that everything Montoya said is in fact a lie and that he has zero inside information about who I am or anything about my story with Star Citizen, let's go ahead and talk about him. Since he was kind enough to label me an unhinged psycho, I'm inclined to return the favor and expose him for being a drama-whoring clickbait liar. First and foremost, if the incident of him trying to act like the defender of the verse on Reddit while PMing me to act like we're buddies isn't enough, here's a recent screenshot of it in Discord talking about how he wouldn't have backed the game if he had known it was going to take years past what Chris promised, which is kind of odd because he's constantly mouthpiecing and having his little following tell others that
it's an alpha, you don't get game development, you're just not patient, so you shouldn't have backed an early access game.
Weird that. But I guess it's okay to accuse other people of being hypocritical and in it for the views, though. It's not like he would ever do anything like that. Oh, wait, that's right. There was that time that Montoya started shit with Derek Smart because if you want to get attention in the Star Citizen's flooded content creator pond, what better way than to start shit with Star Citizen's most famous critic? Oh, but then Derek responded to Montoya after he accused Derek of doxing backers right after somebody was killed in Kansas from being swatted. To which Derek clearly says he will be hearing from his attorneys, yet Montoya acts like an attention-seeking snowflake by highlighting a completely out-of-context portion of Derek's comment, and then tweets that he's scared for the safety of my family, and I don't want to be doxxed. After what happened in Kansas, I'm very concerned. Hugging my kids lots today. Oh, fucking stop, you goddamn drama-pandering baby. You are such a piece of shit for taking an actual tragedy and trying to use it to get more views on your fucking YouTube channel. And when you get called out for it, you double down with the victim card in a scenario you created, and then you tried to imply that it was threatening to your family by completely changing the context of the response you got. Solid work there, buddy. I mean, after seeing your video on me, I'm not at all surprised when I look back at this tweet now. You really do thrive on making shit up for attention, don't you? I know it has to be really hard to know that you're never going to be one of the big talking mouthpieces for CIG. I'm sure you wake up at night crying in your sleep telling yourself, if only I had been known for drama whoring before Board Gamer got big, it could have been me. I could have been the unofficial spokesperson for CIG. Look, buddy, that ship has sailed. With your constant lying to the degree that any person with a brain could figure out through your absolute lack of evidence in anything you produce, your chances are like legit zero.
You know it. You know it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anybody with half a brain knows that.
This is why I didn't want to actually make videos talking about this.
I don't blame you, my dude. If I had a channel full of drama whoring, clickbaiting, and spamming lies to feed a group of brainless drones that require zero evidence to accept word as fact, I wouldn't want to talk about it either. Lucky thing you found such an easily influenced following there, huh?
Know it. You know it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a real pleasure discussing the art of the lie with my co-host Montoya. I hope those of you raging Montoya fans in the comments realize how easily you are suckered. And if you are one of those special kids in Montoya's comment section patting him on the back for his video about me despite it having zero evidence, yet you ate it up as fact, now might be a good time to go unplug your internet and reflect on what other things in life you're that easily conned on. And if you aren't familiar with his sick burn video on me, feel free to check the description. I'll have a link in there so it can be enjoyed by all, because God knows he needs the views.